You're listening to The Bon Ray Show. It's 8 in the evening. Tune in every night at 8 to listen to The Bon Ray Show on Irish News Radio or ITV. Listening to The Bon Ray Show. Today is Saturday, 8 o'clock in the evening on ITV.ie, Irish News Radio. I today feel again sick in the stomach. I don't know whether the Irish are completely brain dead or like a bunch of sheep, or that every vote is being rigged. I honestly don't know. It actually feels Ireland has jumped off a cliff without a parachute and committed suicide. 7 more years of that man. He brought in eviction, he brought in water bills, he signed abortion. I honestly can't understand why anyone would vote for that man again. What has he done? I just don't understand. Are you all completely brain dead or just completely following the main media? Can you not see the guy's brought in evictions? That's why there's 10,000 homeless in Ireland. He is a huge problem with Leo, with our government. It really does feel like time has run out. Satan is running this country. There is no other option. We will not be able to speak anymore. There also looks like the blasphemy law is to go. What will be replaced will be 10 times bloody worse. They needed that gone. I'm not 100% sure. I think there should be... We need to get an investigation into this election, because into all the elections, I really can see that people wouldn't have questioned why the blasphemy to be gone and what's going to be put in place. And that's like people like me or anyone like me speaking out. This is Nazism. This is really scary. We've jumped into the next stage of absolutely Nazism. It's actually really scary. I can't believe people are that stupid to have not questioned why the government would want blasphemy laws gone. What are they replacing? And why aren't they telling you what they're replacing it with? It's just... It is scary. Very scary that nobody is thinking. It's just, you know, is it just a thing? Evil triumphs when good people do nothing. I mean, I do blame a lot of people for their stupidity of not spoiling their votes or not showing up, and 50% of people didn't show up. Like, if you want to change the system, if you're upset and you're unhappy, well, change it with your voice. Casey was the only person who could have made a difference, who could have made a start to a difference. Higgins back in again. I just can't understand why anyone would put him back in after the destruction of Ireland. Like, we're the 3rd most in debt country in the developed world. 7 more years of this. There will be no such thing as the Irish in Ireland. As it is, most people say it's very hard to hear an Irish voice. They don't see the Irish anymore. This is just heartbreaking stuff. Religion will be gone from schools. Everything to do with what was once Irish will be gone. This new diversity, which means non-Irish. It's complete suicide. I really feel sick in the stomach. I would love to move to America, because I feel like at least, you know, there's more Irish ways there. We are being destroyed. My heart and heart, I believe that the vote must be rigged. I cannot see how people would have done that. I feel diabolically sad for Ireland and our children. It is plantation times, people. You know, it's a mixture of the plantation, the black and tans, everything that was done is being redone, but it's by our own government and our own stupidity. Really, did the Irish vote in a man who put Irish people on the streets? They voted him back in. Do you hate yourselves that much? Or are you that sheep? I don't understand. You voted in a socialist who brought in water charges and evictions and hardline abortions, and who will bring in the end to everything Christian in this country. Him and Sinn Féin and Fine Gael, Leo, the whole lot of them. It's disgusting. It's absolutely frightening where we are heading. And there is no saviour for us. I've kept on hope and hope. I just can't see any hope. I'm really thinking the only hope left is to get out of the country and take what you can and sell it. It's feels like South African for the whites. There is no hope. There is no going to be saviour here. You voted a man who put Irish people on the streets. When you vote someone like that in, and if that's a genuine vote, then there is no hope. There is no Ireland left. I just can't understand. And there needs to be an inquiry into the electric system, because something's very wrong. Either you all are completely consumed by the main media and have no way of ability to thinking outside the box or understanding of how to think, or it is a complete corruption. I don't know which it is, or is it a mixture of both? I mean, the fact is that a lot of you destroyed, a lot of Irish people destroyed their vote. Was it a stupid thing? You need to put it down. Casey wasn't the right answer, but he was the best answer we had, and the best answer for an Ireland. But you committed suicide. Literally another 7 years of this. What do you think this country is going to look like in 7 years? If you could even call it a country. It will not be a country. It will be under total dictatorship. As I was talking about that Australian girl yesterday, who the European courts overruled the own country courts, the Supreme Court in Austria, for feelings of upsetting feelings of the Muslims. Like, what a nonsense thing. This is Nazism. I don't know how you can't see. You know, I remember being in school and we were asked a question: why did the Jewish not see it coming? And when I look around in Ireland, I can see why they didn't see it. They don't want to see it, or they just too much like sheep. They don't want to get involved, or they're too involved in their own lives, or they just want. It's easier to believe the main media. It's easier to go with the flow. And now I know why the Jewish never saw it coming. They didn't want to see it coming. They didn't want to do anything. They were too wrapped up in their own little worlds. They thought it would never be them, that it would be someone else's. They're just stories. They're not all about. This is absolutely scary. At least through the plantations and all the other things the Irish went through, they fought. Where is your fight now? Very much dead. There is no fight in you. Do you not recognise it because it's your own, or do you not recognise it because you've lost all your spiritual, everything that made you Irish? You suddenly hate that, and you want this new diversity, which means the end of Ireland and the Irish way and our heritage. I feel sick to the stomach. I don't know where to go. Like, this is just absolutely devastating. The voting system has to be corrupt. It feels like we're on a Titanic, and it's actually gone past the Titanic, where we could have had a boat, but we refused to get on the boat. We refused to actually be saved or anybody to help us out, and the Titanic is going down faster and faster. I just don't know. I honestly can't understand why people would do that. I'm absolutely sick to the stomach. I was devastated at the abortion, and I just genuinely believe that people were, naive, and that they really did think that, they were stupid, naive, and really did believe it was healthcare or something. But Higgins, he put people on the streets. Why? What would possess anyone? And the water charges, I don't understand. Is it corrupt, or people that dumb in this country, or that much self-hate, that they would vote for more of this? What's next? He's taking away your house, he's trying to take your water, and I'm sure when he gets back in now that'll be gone. What else is there? Your home is gone, your water, your right to have water is gone. What's next to take? Your right to even be called Irish whoop is gone, pretty much. You're an EU, whatever the hell the bloody thing that is, and they keep confusing that with Europe. Since when were we bloody European anyway? We always used to be Irish. But that'll be taken away. There is nothing left. Everything our forefathers had died for is gone. It's more than gone. You're doing more damage now by voting people like that in than when even the British were in. There was more. And at least they had an actual parliament. Okay, it was under the umbrella of the UK, but they had more rights than you have now. You're giving away more than before the English. I am just heartbroken and disgusted and confused how a country actually hates himself so much that it's willing to commit suicide, jump off a cliff without a parachute. For our children and future generations, I am broken-hearted. There will be no Irish. The Irish culture, the Irish dance, the Irish music, the Irish language, everything will have disappeared. 7 years of this man who hates the Irish, who seems to want this multicultural, who has been known as a paedophile, who's into teen boys. How could you not vote this person in again? I really don't understand. There's been enough smoke around this man for it not to have any fire. I feel sick, heartbroken, disgusted. I actually really don't even feel Irish now. I don't feel I have a country, a culture, a place to... I don't feel like I have a belonging. I don't belong to this because I don't identify anything that they say. I don't identify with it, what they say or how they say it or what they think. I just feel... I don't know where I'm from, but I don't know. It's like I've lost a country in the last few years. And I lost people that I recognise. I lost values that I recognise as being Irish, me being Irish. I don't know what I am, but it's certainly not this new Irish. And I don't feel like I belong in it. And I don't feel there's a place for me. Or I don't feel like there's a place for most of us who identify in those. And there seems to be, the new Irish seem to be the ones that have more rights or have more... I just feel so broken-hearted. I really don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Bonry Show on ITV.ie and Irish News Radio. We'll talk tomorrow on Sunday about family values, which will be an interesting topic because I don't actually think there is such a thing left. I think diversity is all that's left in this country, so-called diversity, where the Irish are not Irish. They're from other countries, but they call themselves Irish. Thank you again for listening on the Bonry Show.
are listening to Irish News Radio at irishnews.net. Email news@irishnews.net.